Hello and welcome to this run through of Make a Will Online. My name is Oliver. I'm the founder at Make a Will Online. I'm a solicitor qualified in 2006, and I'd love to show you how we make making wills simple for everybody. You can get peace of mind in minutes. It takes about 10 minutes to go through the system, and you can add as much complexity as you like within our guardrails. If you want to do something which we don't know now, please go and speak with a local solicitor or book a call using the link below. Here you can see a little bit about what our system looks like. You can see our reviews. We've got 1,700 at the moment at the time of recording. See a little bit more about our processes. Read as much. When you're ready to go, click one of these friendly green buttons where we will give you absolute clarity of what you're going to pay. There's no hidden extras, no upsells. You can make a single will for £60 or a pair for 90. You can also add a print and send service if you wish to, or sign up to lifetime updates. I'll talk to you about those when we get to it. There's also a little cookie button here. Accept that or don't. It's up to you. If you do, we get to know more about how our customers behave in an anonymous way. On the first page of the questionnaire, we ask about you. What's your name? What are your details? You'll see when I enter addresses, we've got helpful address lookups. I'm going to mainly ignore these throughout the process. I'm going to put in the details of a test user. So that'll be my pretend name for now. Let's ignore the lookup. That is a pretend address where the system doesn't recognize a postcode. It'll tell you, you can just accept that if you're sure your postcode is right. I'll put in a pretend date of birth. You can scroll through and find your own if you want. And then I'll put in an email. Okay. We are going to process your data, but we're not going to give it to anyone else. We're not going to sell it to anyone else. We just process it within our own systems in order to make sure you get a good will. We do need your consent for it. Second page of the systems, ask you about guardians. Guardians are the people who are going to look after your children if your children are left without a parent before they're 18 years old. The default is the local authority would look after them, choose who to look after them, place your children in foster care, or your family or friends may apply to have them placed with them. And if the local authority agrees it's a good idea, they'll do that. You can say who you want to act as the guardian. So I'm going to click here. And I'm going to pop in some pretend details. You can add normally people who are spouses, partners, don't do more than 2 guardians. And it's best if they are living together, partnered together. You can also add reserve guardians if your first choices can't help. Look, being a guardian is an enormous privilege, but it's also a huge responsibility. So do please speak with your recommended your preferred guardians before you appoint them in your will. There we go. They've got 2 main guardians, 1 reserve if the above 2 can't act. Next question, residuaries. Residuary estate. That is usually the biggest gift in your will. Your residuary is everything you own. Think of it as a bucket of everything you own. You can take specific gifts out of that, small amounts of cash, heirlooms, other things on the next page. But the residue of your estate is almost everything you own. Now I'm going to add in a pretend partner or spouse. Here, put in a dummy address. Adding to the tester here. Do you know what? Most people, when they are in a couple, will leave everything to their partner or spouse, and then on to maybe their children. Sometimes people want their children to inherit a share of the residuary on the first death. Nothing against that. It's a little bit uncommon. I'm going to do that just for demonstration purposes now. You can add as many residuary beneficiaries as you like, and you can also set the shares. So by clicking that button at the bottom, set uneven shares, we can make sure that people inherit the amount you'd like them to. We can also say what happens if one of your beneficiaries dies before you. In this example, we want Tiny Tester to inherit. You don't have to do anything there because Tiny Tester is the only other residuary beneficiary. But if Tiny Tester was to die before me as well, I can say what I want to happen. It can either pass to children, go to a single person, or go to multiple people. I'm going to say I want this gift to go to Tiny Tester's children if they were to die. So that would be my test grandchildren in this example. Down the bottom, We've got a wipeout clause. What happens if all the people up here died before me? Very unlikely. Default is follow the rules of intestacy. We've got some really in-depth guides on our website about that. But here I'm going to put in, you can find a charity number and the registered address on the Charity Commission website or on any of the official charity stationery. Just pop in a dummy number and dummy address here. So if all the people up here were to die before me, then Test Charity would inherit. On the next page, you have specific gifts. This is where you take something out of the residue of your estate and give it to a particular person. So I'm going to leave a gift of £1,000 to, oof, who shall I say? That's my best friend who is, well, he can't be a tester because that makes it sound like left a gift of £1,000 to Bertie. Brilliant. And I also know that my cousin Nikki is deeply envious of my wonderful bottle top collection. And I'm going to put in Wiki. There we go. And so you can leave anything you want to anybody you like. And there we go. That is saved in there. Have a little play, have a look, see what you can give. You do not have to complete all the boxes on this. Only if you specifically want to leave something to somebody should you enter a gift to them. Executors, really important part of the will. This is where you say who should inherit, who should look after the wishes in your will. The executors are the trustees, they're people you really trust to look after everything and make sure that the wishes in your will are properly and fully carried out. I'm going to add Dina Tester as my first executor. I also want to add a professional executor. You can speak with a local firm of solicitors or accountants, or you can appoint our professional executorship service. We have a trust corporation called DigiLegal Trustees. They can act as executors as well. We want you to understand a few things before you do that. First of all, they are professionals. They will charge for their services. They don't want to charge anything until after you've died. First thing, and you can see it in the T's and C's, the first thing that they would do would be to get a snapshot and understanding of your estate. What's in your estate? What do you own? How complicated is it? How complicated are the wishes in your will? And they would speak with your other executors or your beneficiaries and provide a quote for what it would cost for DigiLegal Trustees to act. Once your other executor or once the other beneficiaries all acting together say, yes, we want, let's go ahead. But if they say, no, we don't want to go ahead, all acting together, then we would step aside and we wouldn't charge anything for that. That's one of the promises that we make you. So we've got a couple of primary executors. You can add reserve executors like we did in the guardians section. I'm not going to do that here. Then we've got funeral wishes. Now, one thing's worth saying, really important that you speak with your loved ones, your next of kin, tell them what your funeral wishes are. Sometimes wills aren't read until after the funeral, so it's important to express your wishes to your close friends and family and next of kin as well. But here you can write out your wishes, and it is a very useful place to have it all set out. I'm going to pop in a dummy name and address here. So a lot of people want to have their funeral carried out the way that they want. You can put information here about your wishes for your funeral, such as readings, you should be invited, what music you would like, and also any collections for charity. This might be a typical set of wishes. And that's it for the questions on your will. We're almost done. Now, check everything that you've set out here. Make sure everybody's names and addresses are correct. Update anything if it's wrong, or if you want to add anything before you complete it. When we continue, we've got an option to add a second will for just £30. Sign up to lifetime updates if you want to, or add print and post. Lifetime updates are brilliant if you think you might be updating your will at some point in the foreseeable future, next few years. If you think you might have an expanding family due to children or grandchildren, if you might be moving or getting married, if you think your wishes might be changing in the foreseeable future, sign up to lifetime updates. It's £10 a person a year. You can cancel at any time, and you can update your will whenever you want, up to 5 times a year. Every update is checked by a fully qualified solicitor. I'm going to add another will here. You can add 2 totally separate wills, or you can make a mirrored will. And I'm going to say, yep, myself and Tina. Tina now wants to make her will. So click that, pop her address in. Get rid of this helpful lookup for this pretend address. And there we go. Pop in, Tina pops in her address. And then when you go through, all of the wishes in the guardian section, in the residuary section, in the gift section, the executors section, they're all mirrored. Wherever Tina's name was there in the original will, Tommy's name is now being entered. Funeral wishes are deeply personal, so we don't automatically mirror them. Then we've got the summary page for the second will. Yeah, that one looks good. Let me just look at the other will just to make sure that everything just we need it. Yes, it's all fine. Let's go ahead. Again, you have the option to add lifetime updates or print and post. You don't need to purchase the print and post section. If you don't, then you will be emailed really good step-by-step instructions on how to print, staple, sign, witness your will. Make sure you follow those. If you print it, we do a lovely job, but it's more cheaper to print it yourself. We understand that a lot of customers would rather do that. There we go. Agree the terms and conditions. Make sure that everything's as you want it. Confirm and pay. That's the system. Once you complete your purchase, the wills are immediately emailed to you and to our solicitors for checking. We will check every single will within 2 working days, and you'll get feedback from us on that. You'll also get a couple of reminders over the first month, and we have a light touch hello once a year just to make sure that nothing's changed and you don't need to go in and update your will, whether or not you're a lifetime update subscriber. It's really important that wills are kept up to date. So we're just there if you need us, whenever you need us. That was a run through of our Make a Will online system. Go ahead, try it out yourself. If you've got any questions, get in touch with us. Contact at makeawillonline.co.uk, or you can go and use the whole bot on our website on every page, or you can pick up the phone, go to our contact page and get in touch with us to talk through any specific thorny questions of a technical or a legal nature. Where you've got a question of a legal nature, you're going to be chatting with a solicitor about it. And hopefully that will give you all the peace of mind you need to get your wills finished. Many thanks indeed. I've been Oliver, founder and solicitor at Make a Will Online. Good night.